Hey guys, so I'm gonna give you this quick video that gives you a rundown of all of the things that we will be doing on tomorrow's class. As I told you before, we have less than 15 class sessions before you guys will be doing that 10 ready EOC, and we're going to start with part 1, which is the writing portion. So I'm just going to give you a few little tips, and I want you to go back through your essay and make sure that you've completed these. All right, so here's our Tennessee rubric, and you know that I really want you all to focus on organization and development. We talked about those in class, and we talked about language and convention. Language is vocabulary words. Convention is basically grammar, grammar, grammar. Development is all about how you explain your evidence, and it's also picking out the best evidence that support your details. Focus and organization. We're talking about the structure of your essay. All right, so keywords to remember, like I said, focus and organization. You got to have effective and relevant introduction. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Your organization strategies. You have to have what we call the flow, or in here you see the unified whole. And the purpose of that is because you want us to understand what you are writing. Okay. Okay. And of course, you got to have a conclusion statement. Statement means sentence or section. Remember, your EOC is timed. You do not have all day. So every second, every millisecond, you need to be focused, 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 and writing, writing, writing. So remember the tip that I gave you all about making sure that you have your concluding statement. You can have 3 excellent paragraphs, one introduction, 2 bodies, but if you do not have a conclusion statement or section, you will score a 1. Okay? All right. Development, again, we talked about your evidence. Is it sufficient? Sufficient means enough. Did you choose the strongest, the best evidence to support your evidence? And is it relevant to your topic? Does it relate to your topic? All right. All right, we did that in class. This is your writing prompt. This is what you're writing on today. However, this will not be the writing prompt that you all will have tomorrow. You will have a brand new writing prompt. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I always want you to use the prompt. Use the prompt to show you the way. Remember, the prompts give you the topic of the passage. It's going to give you your writing focus, okay? So it's going to tell you what you need to be focusing on. You're going to have to make sure that you read that prompt like we did in the class. We said, write, okay, what do they want you to write about? That will be your topic of your essay. As you see, I pull this from your prompt in the previous screen. We know that morality in the face of injustice, that's the topic of both of the passages that you read. But they want you to focus on humanity's response to injustice. So that will be what your essay is about. All right, so your introductory paragraph is 3 steps. Hook. Now, remember, it is timed, timed, timed. So you do not need a hook when it is timed. I prefer for you all to write a hook when you have all day to write your essay, where you can go back and do it. So if you're stuck on the hook, skip it, go straight into that background information. Remember, the background information is going to introduce the author, the text, the title of the text, the type of the text. If you are not sure, just put in the text and give us the title. You're also going to give us your thesis statement. Your thesis statement is your tour guide. Remember, without your tour guide, I do not know where I am going. And I do not like being lost. I don't want to read your whole essay and say to myself, what are they talking about? Why am I here? Give me your tour guide. Give me your thesis statement. Your thesis statement will be the answer to the prompt. Remember to use word glue. Now, this is something that you all are doing, and I do not want y'all to continue to do this right up in here. Do not explain in this paragraph. Your introduction is just to introduce. Hey, just like this guy's doing right here. He's saying, hi, my name is, I work here, and he's moving on. That's exactly what I need for you all to do. All right, so let's talk about your body paragraphs. This is your format right here. This will help your scores as well. you all need to make sure that you have a topic sentence. You're going to have concrete details, and you all know that that's evidence from the text. You're going to have two commentary sentences, and then you're going to have a concrete detail. Then you're going to give me another concrete detail and two commentary sentences and a concluding sentence. All of this is one paragraph. Yes, you have to have 8 sentences in your body paragraph. It is a minimum. Minimum. Okay? All right. So now you got to think about how you want to organize your body paragraph. What is your prompt asking you to discuss? Is your prompt asking you to discuss a comparison and a contrast? Then one paragraph will be the comparison of the two. Another paragraph will be the contrast of the two. Is your prompt asking you to do problem and solution? If it's asking you to do problem and solution, then your first body paragraph will talk about the problem, the second will talk about the solution. And is it asking you to examine or explain how these two authors see the same topic? So this is where you get into explaining and describing. So you can talk about the first passage in one paragraph, and then talk about the second paragraph or the second passage in your next paragraph. Think about how you're organizing it. So in case you have not gotten that, I'm going to slow down and tell you just like this. First body paragraph, pick one. Do you want to compare? Do you want to talk about the problem? Do you want to talk about passage A? Second body paragraph, you do the opposite. Contrast. Talk about the solution. Talk about the second passage. And remember, you're going to refer to your prompt. All right, so transitions. You all need a transition. What's the purpose of transition? A transition is to let me know that you're changing from one state to the next. So, in other words, my idea has changed. I'm shifting, Miss Bond, and I need for you to transition with me. It's going to send me a signal to let me know. New idea being presented. Focus, Mrs. Bond. It also helps to connect thoughts and ideas to help me and other members of the audience to understand what you're saying. Here are a few transitional words and phrases that I want you to pick and I want you to incorporate. Well, when you're introducing your idea, you can do this at the beginning of your sentences. Uh, you can do this at the beginning of your paragraph and so forth. When you are giving your examples from the text, you can use this. When you're concluding your concluding paragraph or your concluding statement, you can use one of these. So let's talk about your concrete details. Your concrete details is simply the strongest piece of evidence from the text. Yes, make sure that you're using a major detail and make sure that this detail is supporting your claim, please. Do not pull, do not talk to me about, I don't know, ice cream and how it is delicious, but your detail is talking to me about cheeseburgers. Don't do that. So, is your detail giving insight to your topic? Can you use word glue here? Can you look at your details from the text and circle or identify keywords from your thesis statement? Does your evidence prove that you are correct? Can you prove it? Are you correct? Also, what will Miss Bond say? Hear my little voice. Get the little me on your shoulder and ask yourself the same questions that I asked you in class. And remember to use MLA or parenthetical citation. Okay? All right. Here we go. Let's talk about your commentary. This is where a lot of you all struggle. Commentary is simple. You do this all the time in my class. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You explain and you elaborate on the evidence. So think about the times that we are in class and you give me a piece of evidence and I ask you, okay, what does this mean? What does this show? What connections can you make to this? How does this support your answer? These are the same things that I'm asking you to do when you are writing it out. Hear my voice on your shoulder. Ask yourself the question that I would ask you. Your commentary sentences, your explanation, your elaboration, you are just commenting on your evidence. You're giving me your opinion. You're giving me your interpretation. You're giving me insight. You're giving me your analysis. You're even giving me your personal reaction without using the first person pronoun. And then you can always go think about, what does this show and why is this important? Okay. All right, so your transitional sentence or your concluding sentence. That's what this is. This is what the other TS is. Transition sentence or concluding sentence. So at the end of your paragraph, the very last sentence, you can either conclude it, which is wrapping up that body paragraph, or you can transition, give me a indicator that, hey, we're about to change to another idea that still connects to my thesis statement. So you could transition at the end of your paragraphs. You could transition at the beginning. You can also do a concluding sentence at the beginning. All right, so let's talk about your concluding paragraph, which is simple. You're going to give me a transitional phrase, a concluding phrase. In conclusion, um, to sum it up, um, just something along those lines. You're going to restate your thesis statement in another way. Restate your thesis statement. You're going to summarize all of the main points that you have made. Basically, give me gist statements about uh, your body paragraphs. Give me a gist. And then your last sentence for your concluding paragraph is going to be what I call the "we are the world" sentence. Why does your topic matter? Why is this important? What is the takeaway? How does this affect the world? How does this change, or how should this change my perception of your topic? Um, think about going beyond your text. All right. So if you if you do not capitalize the first letter in the first word of the sentence, I will not grade it. You're gonna automatically make a 30. If you do not have a punctuation mark at the end of a sentence, I will not grade it. You will get a 30. If you only write in simple sentences and you do not use the sentence patterns that we have used, discussed in class, I will not grade it. You will get a 30. If you do not have a thesis statement, I will not grade it. You will get a 30. If you do not answer the prompt, I will not grade it. You will get a 30. All righty. You all have a great day. Hope to see you tomorrow. Be sure that you come prepared. Remember, tomorrow we're going to go through this run through. You're going to have 85 minutes to read and to write an essay. So I hope that you all get some sleep tonight. All right. Bye bye.